Hello again, everybody. This is Brother Chooch for Thinking Out Loud About the End Times. This is not a night watch, but a special program that I wanted to do before the Super Bowl happens because I'm going to give you my Super Bowl prediction. Now, I apologize for all the people who have been all over the place trying to find this video. I've tried a new software that was supposed to show you the images that I had saved, but I think my computer runs too slow and it's just not working. So I'm doing it the old fashioned way. At least I know this way works. And I'll try to show you the pictures I wanted to post, but we're going to have to do it the archaic way. So, anyways, the Super Bowl, I see people are starting to come on now. The Super Bowl scheduled for tomorrow, and it's um, the Chiefs versus the Eagles. I'm not really interested who wins the game. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not even that interested in the halftime show. But my prediction isn't about who's going to win the football game. My prediction is what I believe is going to happen at the halftime show. I've been doing a study. I've been studying the Olympic ceremonies for like the last 10 years, the opening and closing ceremonies, and also the Super Bowl halftime show. That's been going on for the last 7 to 10 years too, and I could see a consistency in both of those programs that are, um, a lot of money goes into it, a lot of people are involved in it, and a lot of rehearsing and performance is practiced and practiced over and over again. And they have, the Olympics obviously captures hundreds of millions of viewers when the Olympics are on. And when the Super Bowl halftime shows on, even if you're not a football fan, many people tune in. So they get hundreds of millions of viewers. Now, why do I and many other people consistently see, at least over the last 7 to 10 years, these shows have symbolism of Illuminati, Freemasonry, occult over and over and over again? Now, if you know what to look for, it's quite obvious. Now, there was a big to do over Sam Smith's performance in the Grammys, folks. This is not something new. The Grammys is another thing. MTV Music Awards, a lot of these award shows, the Oscars and whatever, you will see um, uh, gestures and images that are of the Illuminati, Freemason, and occult. And so my prediction for tomorrow is that you're going to see some one, two, three, or multiple of these images and situations, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And the reason why I'm doing this is because one is I'm not trying to, you know, do this just for ha-has, but I think that there's a message behind this that Christians should be awakened to, is that there is a real enemy who's got a lot of power and a lot of influence and a lot of control, and they like to um, show their stuff in plain view, but they believe that we're ignorant and dumb sheep and that we're not going to see it. And even if we do see it, what are we going to do about it? Because they believe that they are in power and in control. So I do not know all I know is Rihanna is going to be headlining the halftime show. And Rihanna, no surprise, is very much into, I believe, the Illuminati and the occult. And I believe that something's going to happen tomorrow where she's going to show that, or that it's in the script. All right. So let me just show you a few things. Okay. And again, I got to do the archaic style because I just don't have the technology, guys. All right. All right. So one of the things that you're going to notice is that let me shut this off. Okay. One of the things you're going to notice is that let me see if I think that's Lady Gaga. If you could see that. But this is really archaic. Okay. I don't know if you can make that out, but that's Lady Gaga, and she's prancing around there. And there is what looks like a five pointed star that fell from the sky and implanted itself into the earth. And um, you see a lot of this sort of symbolism in the occult of the five pointed star, mostly pointed down to uh, which would be a pentagram, which is in Satanism. But also, if you watch her whole halftime show, she's actually has a part of a song inside the star, which up close looks like she's inside a pyramid. So, one of the things that I want you to keep your eye on tomorrow is inverted stars, pentagrams, or pyramid shape background or objects. Okay. You're going to see a lot of that. The other thing that you're going to see m- uh, that there's a likelihood, and I'm not sure if this was the weekend, but when he did his halftime show, let me see if I could. You see a lot of black and red. A lot of there's the weekend. You see a lot of black and red. And when the weekend did his halftime show a couple years ago, there's a bizarre scene where he was dancing with these people with their head covered, and you could only see their eyes. Get back here. And it was kind of apocalyptic, creepy, and if you watch the whole halftime show, it just seemed demonic. You see a lot of red and black. There was he was lost in a maze of mirrors. Mirrors are used in the occult, and you'll see this theme. Here's Timberlake, right? Black. There's the black and red. They're fascinated with black and red because these are satanic colors when you do it intentionally. That is. So if you do wear black and red, you're not a Satanist, but these people are doing it intentionally. Here's 50 cents or 75 cents, whatever. Last year's Super Bowl, he's singing upside down with the blood, the black and the red, and even the lights are sort of shaped as pyramids. And you see the dancers there down low. They're wearing black, black and red, black and red, black and red. You just see that theme, and even in the Olympics, black and red, black and red, black and red, black and red, black and red. Okay. Let me see if I have another. Here's another picture of lots of red, lots of black. Now, Madonna did a Super Bowl quite a few years ago, and look how she was dressed. She's got the Baphomet, and again, I apologize for the quality here. She's got the Baphomet headdress, and she's also doing the sign of Baphomet with that sign is as it is above, it is below. And you see the Baphomet is doing that symbolism. Madonna's doing that symbolism. All right. And this is J Lo doing the crucifixion pose, mocking Christ. Right? You might say, "Oh, brother Chooch, she's no." They do this. Madonna does it. J Lo did it here. They do it over and over again. They mock Christ. They mock the crucifixion. And here she is in millions of people, and people are ignorant of it. The other thing to look for is the all-seeing eye. Right? This was trying to think of who. This was, I think, Beyonce. We know she's in that, right? That was the sort of a tempest happening, and the eye came out of it. You're going to see the all-seeing eye. The top of the pyramid in the back of the dollar bill has the all-seeing eye, the eye of Horus. We know Katy Perry in one of her videos. She's got the eye of Horus going. The people associated with the Illuminati like to cover one eye, like to wink with one eye closed, one eye closed, one eye open. It's their all-seeing eye. You look for that tomorrow if that comes out. And then, there you got your pyramid, right? Beyonce with her pyramid. They say, "Oh, this she's just doing the diamond shape." No, this is the pyramid. This is a big part of their symbolism using pyramids. See if Rihanna pulls one of these, or if there's pyramid-shaped objects in the background. Katy Perry, we know she's very much in it. She went on camera, said she sold her soul. She wanted to be like Amy Grant, and when she didn't succeed, she said she said she sold her soul to the devil. I think she was serious. And so you see this chess pieces. That's one of the things that you might see in um, in some of their symbolism, like where chess pieces that they could move around the way they want. If you saw this live, you would see the chess pieces were actually, as Katy Perry marched them in onto the chessboard, shaped as a pyramid. Katy Perry is dressed in an outfit of flames. She actually started the Super Bowl riding a giant lion, which is the whore riding the beast. So her halftime show was replete with symbolism. But you will see the black and white checkerboard pattern in a lot of these ceremonies and shows, because that's a Freemason. That's a Freemason thing with the checkerboard. Okay. They might be wearing a shirt that's checkerboard. They might be on a stage that's checkerboard, but you'll see plenty of checkerboard. The other thing is Lady Gaga, right? You'll see a lot of flames, a lot of fire in the background. When you saw Sam Smith's performance, a lot of flames and fire in the background. Again, and if you notice Lady Gaga here, she's on a platform above the dancers. Okay, so that's another common thing, is um, a lifting, a lifting above everybody, and elevating of self. Now, in the beginning of her Super Bowl halftime show, she supposedly jumped from the ceiling of the stadium, kind of giving that picture of falling from the heavens like Lucifer. Okay, but she definitely had plenty of symbolism. Here's another little picture of her with the flames, everything else, on the risen platform. And then let's see here. I did that. Lady Gaga, the weekend. Let me just make sure if I got all the pictures here. Okay. Yeah. There's a few other things to look for, which I don't have pictures of. Now you gotta get the privilege of seeing me again. Okay. So there's a few other things to look for. The I don't want to even do it. The okay sign. You think they're doing okay? The okay sign, that to them is actually triple sixes, and they like to do that. Sometimes they'll look through the okay sign through their eyes. That's triple sixes. Um, Another thing that you might see is um, the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's a big thing that they've done a few times in the Olympics. The picture of the phoenix rising from the ashes, and they seem to be fascinated with that, because I think to them it's like Lucifer rising from being knocked out of heaven, and then that's their leader, right? So That might be part of the symbolism. The other thing is you might see a lot of pushing of the LBGTQ whatever agenda with rainbows and um, just take note of the dancers, and it might be hard to tell even what gender some of them are, but that agenda may get pushed quite a bit. The other thing that they do is they'll stick their tongue out, not like this, but more like a, and that's a satanic gesture too. Watch somebody get a picture of this and then spread around the internet that Bro Chooch is into the occult. So they like to stick their tongue out, and they also sometimes will intentionally do something on stage where they get embarrassed. And this is actually part of, I think, the messianic rites is to be publicly embarrassed before you're accepted into uh, the group. Like, remember the time when somebody won an award? I think it was, what's that skinny, that's real skinny blonde headed woman that's very popular. And then somebody stood up and said Beyonce should have won. Tyler Swift. Tyler Swift won an award, and then somebody grabbed the microphone and said, "No, Beyonce should have won. Beyonce should have won." Now that was all rehearsed. That was all rehearsed. That was sort of like an initiation of being publicly embarrassed. But now Tyler Swift was welcomed into the Illuminati by one of the queens, Beyonce. Right. The other thing is, remember when there was another incident where whatchamacallit got slapped for making fun of somebody's wife. So Chris Rock got slapped by um, the Prince of Bel Air. I forget his name, and I believe that was all rehearsed. That was public embarrassment. So you'll see something where Will Smith. There we go. You'll see something where it seems like it just happened, but more than likely it was rehearsed. Um, the covering of one breast, like Janet Jackson did. Now, I'm not sure if Janet Jackson's in this or not, but that's a Freemasonry part of the thing is a covering of an exposure or covering of one of the breasts. Okay, whether it be male or female, and I'm thinking if there's anything else I have not. Yeah, humiliation ritual. Coming a portal, like coming out of something, is another big occultish thing. Like you pop out from the bottom of the stage, or some sort of like portal that you go through, and that's a big thing too. All right. So my prediction for tomorrow, and I might be forgetting the Baphomet thing. I know uh, J Lo's dress. You get that Baphomet shape thing. Beyonce wore something that looked like the Baphomet head, and you just see this over and over again. But my prediction for tomorrow is that, yeah, circles. That's a good one by Kim Z. They like to do their rituals in a circle, and the person in the middle of the circle is gaining their energy from what is outside the circle. Okay. So I think Katy Perry had, like when she danced on the little beach island with the fake sharks, uh, that had a circle. I know that, and she was right in the middle there. And then there's just a bunch of different things in the Olympics where you get that, even using the technology to show beams of light centering in the middle where the performer might be. Uh, there might be 6 steps to get to the top of the platform. There's when Berry was dancing with what's his name? I forget. Lenny Kravitz. There was 6 cannons shooting up fireworks behind them. You'll see, 666 in different ways. Like they might have 6 flags, 6 lights, 6, but you'd be surprised. The number 13 you'll find also in these rituals. And so the other thing is blue and red. The combination of blue and red together have some sort of meaning, and you'll see that combination. But the biggest one is red and black, or white and black. The contrast. Masons really like to show the contrast between the dark and the light. And then there's the Boaz and Jachin, the two the pillars. You might see those two. Um, that's something that I think the Olympics had and somebody else. But anyways, I'm not good with names. I don't really watch these people, so I have a hard time remembering. And the devil horns with the when the rock and roll devil horn sign. So my prediction is tomorrow is that Rihanna is going to in her performance, there's going to either be a bunch of these things, some of these things, or at least one or two of these things. All right. And if you think I'm crazy, then I'm crazy. Now, last year they toned it down a bit. I think when they did the weekend that was pretty bad. That was chock full of symbolism. Last year, a little bit. I mean, there was some there, but not as much. They toned it down a little bit, and they probably toned it down intentionally. There wasn't as much red and black, but there was that scene with 50 Cent singing Upside Down with the red and black going. Um, and so this year, I'm not sure if they're going to tone it down or not. My guess is that it could be full blast. But we'll see. And then when you're watching the Super Bowl tomorrow, I want you to um, remember this video. And then if nothing happens, I want you to write to me and ask me and just say to me, "You were wrong, bro, Chooch. Uh, yeah, you lost your mind. You're seeing things. You're delusional." Or if they happen, I just want you to take note that what's going on behind the scenes is it's really happening, guys. And as we get closer to the end, I think we're going to see more and more of this. Now, one hint I have about tomorrow is you might see yellow and black together because I think Jeffrey is alluding to that, which I might have read something about that. Jeffrey Petrie. Yellow and black, you see a lot in warning signs, like the yellow triangle with the exclamation point and uh, construction workers working, the yellow and black signs. If that's present tomorrow, they might be communicating that we are warning you. We are warning you of what's about to come. All right. So that might be in play. Not sure, but we'll see. So this was a bizarre video, right? This is crazy. I will try to follow up on this after the Super Bowl to say, hey, this. If you tune into somebody like Mark Dice, he'll probably tomorrow night when the Super Bowl's over, he'll probably have something out on what they did, and you'll be able maybe to pick out things like that. As far as I know, I believe that Satan is behind the scenes. He's got his group of people, mostly the elites, and they're trying to appease and worship him. And they got millions of people watching, clueless of what's going on. And it's a shame because This is what's happening right before our eyes. And if you can't see it, you're not looking. Because we have Jesus, we can see the evil and we could rebuke it and we could warn others. Wake up, people. Wake up. This is happening because there's an agenda and there is evil behind the scenes. If you're watching this, I want you to know, if you're starting to look around the world and scratch your head and say, what's going on? Why are these satanic displays going on in TV for our kids to watch and for the public to view? I want you to know that there is a spiritual battle going on for your soul. And we may be in the very last moments while you still have opportunity to be saved prior to the tribulation period, which is the 7 years, will be basically 7 years of hell on earth, where the Antichrist will reign, where Christians will be persecuted, those who believe will be persecuted. Those who believe right now, we believe strongly based on scripture that Jesus is coming to snatch us away in the clouds because we have not been appointed for wrath. Okay? What we're seeing right now in the media and in the world is sin celebrated, sin glorified, and sin exercised freely and willfully. And we as believers realize that the wages of sin is death and that we need Jesus Christ to save us from our sins by placing our faith in him. Jesus died on the cross so that our sins could be paid for. God is a holy God, and his wrath is being held back right now. God cannot be pleased in seeing all these things happening. He can't. And his wrath is building up and building up and building up, and he's holding it back to give perhaps you this chance to get saved right now. And all you have to do is call out and believe on Jesus Christ. Not even call out, just believe on him. Believe on him that he's the Son of God who died on the cross for your sins and rose again, and that he paid in full the penalty for your sin. Just place your faith in him, and you don't have to earn anything. You don't have to be quote unquote a good little Christian to get in heaven. You will get to heaven because of what Jesus did and what Jesus did alone. And so as we see all this evil being displayed in front of us, we must know that the time is getting close. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. Again, I apologize for all the technical difficulties, but at least we got it out. So with that, God bless you all. Hope to see you here, there, but especially in the air.